Hey comic fans, how are you doing today? Got some great books to show you. Let's start. Ladies and gents, Rob here. Alright, so I obviously didn't get any books on New Comic Book Day, but I did find a bunch of books in my friend Frank and Daryl's To Be Continued Comics. Let's see what I got. Have you ever wondered why in the 90s Aquaman's hand got replaced with a hook? Well, in Aquaman 2 from 1994, September 94, this is the issue where, as you can read here, Aquaman had his hand severed by a character named Chavez. I don't think this book is very much, just kind of an unusual thing in history. In issue Aquaman Zero from October of 1994, this is the issue where Aquaman got his hook. So, not really a spec book, just something I thought was unusual. And this is in the collection where the guy wrote down every detail in pretty much every comic. So I saw it, and for a couple of bucks each, had to get it, gonna read it and see what it's all about. But another oddball in Aquaman history. Now this next book is pretty cool, and whenever I find it for a good price, I buy it. And that book would be Age of Ultron, issue number 10. It's the first cameo appearance of Angela in the Marvel Universe. Very cool book. For those who know or don't know, Angela came from the Spawn universe, and there was some kind of lawsuit with the ownership of the character. But when it was settled, Angela was sold to the Marvel Universe, and her first full appearance is in Guardians of the Galaxy issue 5. And for those who don't know also, Angela is now Thor's half-sister. So, and there's been rumors I've heard over the last year or so that Angela will be coming sometime soon to the MCU. So these books can be had for about $10, sometimes a little bit more. If you see these for a good price, it may be worth picking up. There's also a couple of cool variants too that are worth picking up. They go for a little bit more money. I think they go for like, $15, $20. But Age of Ultron 10. Don't get the one that says A1. That's a different book. But if you see this book for $10 or less, it's probably worth picking up. Okay, in this collection, I found this book, Quasar Issue 30. If you can read here, it says, according to this book, this is the first Venomized character in Marvel Comics. And we have a Venomized Thor right here. You can see that. Is this important? Probably not. But I thought it was pretty cool that this is the first comic with a Venomized character other than Venom at the time. So it says here, first Venomized character on a comic cover. Excuse me. And this is an alternate reality version of Thor. So there you go. Okay, I found a couple of these books. This is Astonishing X-Men issue number 4. This is the first appearance of a Japanese mutant that can project I guess what you call it, a psionic exoskeleton or an armor. I picked up 2, 3, 4 copies of this book. They weren't very much. This book can be had for roughly about, cover price to $5. And it's her first appearance. Actually, she was actually used in one of the recent covers on an X-Men book. So there's a slight chance we might see her in the MCU, as maybe one of the young X-Men teams. And I don't know, for a couple of bucks, is it a good spec? Don't know, but I had to pick it up. I found a pretty cool first appearance. Aquaman issue number 2. Now the issue 1 is the first appearance of the Trench. Issue 2 is the first appearance of the Trench King. So for a couple of bucks, and this book goes for, it was kind of hot at one time, but it's cooled down a lot. You see this book for a couple of bucks, I should suggest you get it, because it was rumored at one time that the next Aquaman movie might involve the Trench. So if anybody heard anything about that, let me know in the comments. But this book was hot at one time, but it's since cooled down, so it might be a good buying opportunity. You see a couple of copies of this book. Hey, if you ever consider selling your comic collection, you might want to consider Infinity Comics. They'll buy collections large or small, and sometimes individual books. And if you do contact him, tell him your pal Rob sent you. Okay, the next book here I have here is 52, week number 12. And there's the comic. This is the first appearance of the second Isis and also Black Adam's wife. And there is a good chance, because there's a rumor that they have an actress possibly who's going to play her in the movie. So, you know, this book runs your somewhere between $10 and $20. If you can get it for 10 or less, it might not be a bad pickup. Okay, now we're into the Spider-Verse books here. Here's one you've probably never seen before. This is Bullet Points, number 4 of 5. Now, this book is the, well, I have 2 copies. This one will explain what it is. If you can see that. First, Bruce Banner as Spider-Man. Is this book a good spec? Probably not, but with the Spider-Verse, you never know. I thought it was kind of a neat book. You know, when I saw this, I thought it was interesting. Anyway, this is a Bruce Banner from an alternate reality, so it's not in the 616 universe, but you never know, right? The Spider-Verse is very vast. If your comics need to be pressed, I recommend Basement Comics. I've used them for a long time. They've been around for years. They have a fast turnaround time. And if you do contact them, tell them Rob sent you. Okay, this next book I have here, or next group I have here, is America. This is issue number 2. This is from our 2017 series. 2, 3, 4 copies of this book. And some people refer to this as the Beyonce cover. I guess because of the way she looks. Wait, this is the first print. Got them for a couple of bucks each. This book goes for between $10 and $20. It's a neat cover. America Chavez is coming to Doctor Strange 2, so if you get a chance, look for some of her better covers, maybe her first appearances while they're still affordable. This book can be had online for generally somewhere between $10 and $20. The prices kind of fluctuate a lot, so this book is still gettable for between $10 and $20. I also picked up a couple of copies here of America issue number 6. And this is a neat Jen Bartel cover here. You can see here we have Miss Marvel, Squirrel Girl, we have Braun here, we have Riri Williams, Ironheart, we have here Loki, we have here Cyclops, Miles Morales back there, and we have Nova. So all these characters are in her comic book or on her team. So guys, might not be a bad pickup. These can be had for about the same price. $10 plus, sometimes cheaper if you get lucky. Look out for these books. This is also a cool Jen Bartel cover. Anything with Jen Bartel and some of these cool books, even some of the variants, they're all collectible, they're worth getting, and I'm always gonna buy these. Ladies and gents, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway to all my friends who watch my videos. I really appreciate it. You have to be subscribed, put your name in the comment section if you wanna be in this giveaway. I haven't decided which comic I'm gonna give away yet, or comics. So I'll let you know in the next video how I'm gonna do this. And I'm also working on a big project that I hope you guys like. It should be launching sometime soon. It is associated with this channel, so you guys will be hearing about it soon. Hope you like it. We'll see. Anyway guys, I hope you like the comics, and I'll see you soon.